Kamala Harris has unexpectedly risen to prominence in the 2024 presidential race, surpassing both Joe Biden and Donald Trump in some crucial areas, particularly in handling the economy. This shift follows President Biden's decision to step down as the Democratic presidential nominee, passing the mantle to Harris. Since then, Harris has seen a significant boost in the polls, drawing enthusiastic support from Democratic voters who were previously uncertain about their chances in this hotly contested election. But before we get into the details, hit the subscribe button, like this video, and leave your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for your support. What's particularly surprising is that Harris, who hasn't yet introduced any major economic policies distinct from Biden's, is now being viewed as more capable than Trump on economic matters. Recent Financial Times poll shows that 42 of voters trust Harris more than Trump to manage the economy, while only 41 still favor Trump. This is notable because Trump has consistently been seen as a strong leader on economic issues, often outperforming Biden in this area. So how has Harris managed to not only catch up to Trump, but actually surpass him in such a short time? Now, to get a clear picture, it's important to consider the broader context. Economic issues have always been a cornerstone of Trump's appeal. His handling of the economy has been his most reliable asset, especially in a political environment where voters consistently rank the economy as their top concern. It's the fact that Harris, who has only recently stepped into the spotlight as the leading Democratic candidate, is now being seen as more capable than Trump in this regard, could have serious consequences for Trump's campaign. What makes this even more puzzling is that there hasn't been any significant improvement in the economy that might explain the sudden shift in voter confidence. In fact, recent data suggests that the economy is slowing down. Employment growth has been modest, consumer spending is weakening, and while inflation is gradually decreasing, many American families are still struggling with rising costs for essentials like food and housing. So why are voters suddenly placing more trust in Harris to handle these issues? There's a clue in the Financial Times poll that might help explain this shift. The poll shows that 60 of respondents believe Harris should adopt different economic policies than Biden if she becomes president. This suggests that many voters are looking to Harris for a fresh start, hoping she can reset the economic agenda and address the issues that have plagued the Biden administration, particularly inflation. For Harris, this represents both an opportunity and a challenge. On one hand, voters are willing to give her a chance to distance herself from Biden's economic record, which is a positive sign. On the other hand, this also means that voters have high expectations for her to bring about real change, expectations that could be difficult to meet, especially given the constraints she faces in differentiating herself from Biden. As of now, Harris has not yet unveiled a comprehensive economic plan that sets her apart from Biden, but her campaign has indicated that one is on the way. However, she faces a delicate balancing act. If she moves too far to the left and embraces more progressive policies, like those she supported during the 2020 primaries, such as Medicare for all or a ban on fracking, she risks alienating moderate swing state voters who are crucial for winning the general election. On the other hand, if she moves too far to the right, she could lose support from progressives, which might dampen voter turnout and weaken her base. Biden, during his time, crafted policies that struck a careful balance, appealing to both liberal voters in the Democratic primaries and more moderate voters in the general election. His energy plan, for example, promoted renewable energy through incentives without penalizing fossil fuel users. His approach to healthcare focused on improving the existing system rather than overhauling it with a federal solution. And on taxes, Biden proposed modestly higher rates for businesses and the wealthy, avoiding more radical ideas like a wealth tax. Harris's challenge will be to navigate these same waters, creating the perception that she represents a new direction while not straying too far from the policies that have already proven successful for Biden. Interestingly, as inflation continues to decline, Harris might find herself in a position to take credit for economic improvements that are happening largely on their own. If she can present a compelling plan to address lingering issues like high prices, she might be able to build on this momentum and further solidify her standing as a credible leader on economic issues. Additionally, the Federal Reserve is expected to cut interest rates in September, a move that, while modest, will likely signal that more cuts are on the way and that borrowing costs will become cheaper. This could provide a boost to the economy and, by extension, to Harris's economic credentials. If voters perceive these developments as a result of Harris's leadership or future potential, it could further bolster her position. However, there are risks involved. If Harris's efforts to differentiate herself from Biden fail and voters begin to see her as merely a continuation of the current administration, her campaign could suffer. It's the delicate balancing act she must perform appearing fresh and different while staying true to the policies that have appealed to a broad range of voters will be a key test of her political skills. Yet it's possible that many voters are simply relieved that Biden, at 81 years old, has stepped aside and now see the 59-year-old Harris as a more energetic and capable leader, regardless of the specific issues at hand. Adding another layer of complexity to Harris's campaign is the recent revelation that her team was targeted by a foreign influence operation. Just days after Trump's campaign accused Iran of attempting to hack its systems, Harris's team disclosed that they, too, were targeted by a cyber attack, likely by a foreign actor. The FBI is investigating this breach, and while no significant security compromises have been reported, the incident highlights the ongoing cybersecurity challenges facing both campaigns. These cyber attacks are part of a broader pattern of foreign interference attempts that have plagued U.S. elections in recent years. According to reports, the Iranian government has been particularly active using phishing emails and AI-generated propaganda websites to influence American voters and sow discord. The fact that both the Trump and Harris campaigns have been targeted highlights the high stakes of this election and the lengths to which foreign actors are willing to go to influence the outcome. Meanwhile, Trump's legal troubles continue to mount, with his latest attempt to replace the judge in his hush money case being denied. Trump's legal team had argued that the judge, Juan M. Merchan, had a conflict of interest because his daughter works as a political consultant for prominent Democrats, including Kamala Harris. However, the court has ruled that Merchan can continue to preside over the case, a decision that could have significant implications for Trump as he faces multiple legal challenges in the lead up to the election. All these developments, Harris's rising poll numbers, the ongoing cybersecurity threats, and Trump's legal battles paint a picture of an election season filled with uncertainty and high drama. For Harris, the challenge will be to maintain her momentum, meet the high expectations voters have placed on her, and continue to distinguish herself as a leader who can address the economic issues that are top of mind for many Americans. If she can successfully navigate these challenges, she could very well emerge as a strong contender in the race for the White House, potentially reshaping the political landscape in ways that few would have predicted just a few months ago.